respected elders, members of this beautiful region, my brothers and sisters, today, I'm pleased to be here, and I'm humbled by your support. I'm humbled by your support for the People's Progressive Party Civic. And today I want to assure you that your support for the party is support for a brighter, more productive and prosperous future for your families and your communities. As we meet today, people all across our country are hurting. In these communities that you come from, the suffering has been real. The loss of jobs, the loss of income, the lack of support for your communities, the lack of support for farming and farmers, the lack of support for businesses, the lack of support for community facilities, the lack of support for health, education, women, children has been enormous. And it has taken a toll on the communities you're from. Today, like the other speakers, I want to outline to you a clear strategy. A strategy that will put back money in your pockets, put back money in your communities, and return prosperity to this region and to your communities. Today, many children who 5 years ago benefited from the school uniform program, who benefited from the school feeding program, who benefited from the cash grant program, who benefited from government support, no longer receive that benefit. And as a result, many of our children are dropping out of school. Many of our children lack the support that will help them to get their education. So I want to assure you that upon return to government, we're going to expand the school feeding program to ensure no child goes to school hungry in our country. We're going to bring back the school uniform program and ensure you get that school uniform on time so that your children can have the uniform to go to school. And we're going to link that to the village economy. We're going to ensure that we train the women in the villages to sew those uniforms. We'll ensure that we give them the machine, the sewing machine, to sew that uniform so that the money will remain in the villages to build the village economy and create wealth. We must be able to ensure that our children have access to transportation to get to school. In many of the communities I visited in this region and many other regions in our country, especially the hinterland and riverine areas, my brothers and sisters, as we move forward, we must be able to create an environment in which our children can be safe, successful, and have access to a bright future. So in addition to the school uniform program, the school feeding program, the transportation program to support and ensure their attendance in school, we are going to return the $10,000 per child cash grant, and we're going to increase it to $50,000 per child in our next term in office. We have to invest in sports and recreational facilities so that our children can achieve their full potential in every area of development, in every area of growth. Our children must have access to opportunities. And as we work on improving life, life for our children. We also have to work on improving life and the conditions for our elderly. And that is why your next government would work on ensuring that our pensioners retire in dignity, that our pensioners, when they retire, and all our people have access to good, reliable health care, that they have access to health care that has the medical supplies and medicines to meet their needs, and not when they turn up at the centers, the medication is not there, or it is almost expired when it's given to them. These are things that we have to correct. That is why we go to invest in a regional medical facility that will be state-of-the-art. We have to equip that facility with modern equipment so that we can take care of the health needs of our elderly and people of this region and the communities all across this region. These are the things that will improve life, improve living condition, and give us a more productive life that is lived in dignity. We have to help our pensioners with transportation so that they can move in an easier manner from one point to the other. We have to support them. Many of our pensioners today find it difficult even to go for their pensions. When they go for their pension, sometimes more than half of the pension is spent on transportation. We have to fix this by paying our pensioners in the communities they come from, paying them directly in those communities so it will become easier for them to receive their pension. We have to ensure, my brothers and sisters, that not only we make the pension easier to access, but we have to progressively increase the pension for the pensioners so that it can give them a decent shot at living, so it can give them a decent way of living and enjoying their old age and retirement. That is why we are proposing to increase the pension by doubling it to $40,000 per month when we return to office on March the 2nd. These are things that will put back money in people's pockets. The restoration of the CSO jobs, another important aspect of putting back money in the communities and putting back money in people's pocket. This is an important aspect because many pensioners today, when we go around the communities, they will tell you that they have to use their pension to support their grandchildren going to school or to support their children because of the job losses, because of the lack of money in the communities, because of the lack of resources. And on March the 2nd, we have to fix this. We have to fix this by re-electing the People's Progressive Party Civic back to government. My brothers and sisters, not only children and pensioners we have to focus on in improving their lives, we have to also focus on our young people, giving our young people real opportunity, giving our young people access to the best resources so they can achieve their ambition, they can pursue their desires, and they can have access in ensuring that they achieve what they want to achieve. To make this easier for our young people, we have to be able to create jobs. That is why our target is to return the 30,000 jobs we have lost in our country. And not only return those jobs, but to ensure we create 50,000 jobs. And I'll explain to you how your communities will benefit and how jobs will be returned to your communities, your families, your young people. And those jobs will recreate wealth and income in the communities, so life will become easier. Life will become more prosperous. And and more opportunities will be created. So my brothers and sisters, the jobs that we want to create must be able to empower people, must be able to build a village economy, must be sustainable, and must be able to make a difference in the life of people. In addition to the jobs, we are pursuing a strategy that would see 20,000 scholarships granted to young people all across our country. And young people here, for the first time in the next government, through investment in ICT, through connectivity to the internet, will have access to distance and online education, so that for the first time, you can be right here in your community and achieve a university degree. That is the future. That is the transformation. These are the things that will make a real difference. So the young person living here who want to become a pharmacist, who want to do a degree in management, accounting, who want to do her degree in education or his degree in education, they can have that opportunity when we invest in distance and online education, bringing university education to every corner of our country, in your homes. These are the things that will make a real difference in the lives of young people. Young people today want to know that they have access to housing, access to the basic facilities that will give them a fulfilling future. That is why we are going to pursue a strategy to expand hinterland housing and support you in achieving the dream of owning your own homes, by making it affordable, by making it accessible, and by supporting you towards home ownership. These are the things that we will do to connect young people, empower young people more to the future. My brothers and sisters, we are also going to ensure that all our people not only have access to the internet, but they have access to the instrument that will get them connected. That is why we're going to continue the one laptop per family program until every single family benefits. We're going to continue the solar panel program until every single family can benefit. These are the things that will transform life. These are the things that will bring real change and real opportunity. One of the major issues in these communities is the issue of job. In the mining sector, in the last 5 years, we have lost more than 10,000 jobs. And most of those job loss has affected communities like these, hinterland and riverine communities. So we have to invest to build back the mining sector. 60% of the dredges that were operating in 2015 are no longer operating today. Many of you here, I know, would have a family, a friend, or a neighbor who would have lost their job in the mining sector. And you know how that loss of income affect the family and affect the community. So we are going to support mining. We're going to support community mining. We're going to support the Community Forestry Association. We're going to support community initiative in the field of tourism, entrepreneurial development, so that we can create more wealth. In supporting mining, we have to remove the taxes. We have to make it easier for the miners to go back to mining by removing the taxes on equipment and machinery. We have to help you with the fuel costs, removing that 5,000 tax that was added on a drop of fuel. We have to help you by providing the infrastructure. That is why we are committing $2 billion every year at a minimum for hinterland and riverine road development. These are the things that will improve life. These are the things that will improve community education. These are the things that will improve transportation. And transportation is one of the biggest bugbearer for you with your communities. You find it difficult to move from place to place. Farmers find it difficult. Health workers find it difficult. Teachers find it difficult. Children find it difficult. That is why we have to invest in the infrastructure to make movement and traveling, communication easier for the people in this region. In addition to mining, we have to restore the forestry sector so we can bring back that more than 20,000 jobs that we have lost directly and indirectly in the forestry sector. Many operators, chain operators, laborers, many of the persons who would have earned a living as a result of the forestry sector, today you cannot earn that living because of what is taking place in the forestry sector. So we have to support this sector to recreate the jobs, to ensure that it brings back the benefits to the communities. It brings back income to the communities. We have to pursue the LCDS and the resources from the LCDS that can be used to improve your life. We have the ability to earn more than 500 million US dollars under the LCDS. And most of that money will come back to hinterland communities to improve life, give you more opportunity, give you more livelihood option, and improve conditions under which you live. We have to support the fishing industry. We have to support the fishing industry by giving them the security that they need when they go out there every single day. Today, the fishermen, they will complain to us that they're afraid to ply their trade because we have been incapable of giving them the security. We have to support them with equipment. We have to support them by giving them the ability to protect themselves. We have to support them by investing in greater infrastructure so we can have more surveillance to protect them when they're out there. These are the things that means the difference between living and suffering. And we are going to invest to ensure we bring back markets to these fishermen. We support them with their fuel needs. We support them in getting access to new equipment so that the fishing industry can become vibrant once again. And the fishing industry can produce the wealth and the possibility it has. We have to support them by ensuring we invest in a proper wharf facility, in processing facility, even the production of ice to help them today has become difficult for us. These are things that we have to fix, and these are things we will fix as we move towards improving the life of people, giving people an opportunity, giving the economy an opportunity to work. We have to reduce taxes. We have to remove that more than 200 taxes so that we can put back that money in your pocket. More than $88 billion we are paying in new taxes today. This is money that the government is taking out of our pocket. We have to put back that in your pocket so you will have more disposable income to spend. These are the things that matter. Today, it is not about the propaganda and about the stage show with garbage bag. No, we have to think carefully about the future. The days of those type of politics are long gone. We have to think about our families. We have to think about what will make Guyana better, what will make our community better, what will make life better, what will give your child or your children a better opportunity at the future. And these can only come by ideas, by a vision, by understanding what is needed to transform our country and community. So when leaders come to you, let them present a plan, a vision that shows you how your life will be better tomorrow. Not only must we reduce those taxes, but right here, we have to invest in the waterfront. And we have to invest in the waterfront to make it a modern transportation hub. A transportation hub that will be internationally certified so that we can have the brokerage service, we can have the logistics service, the transportation service, and the certification so that it can become an international port and we can export directly from it. These are the things that will create real opportunity. These are the things that will open up new areas of development. So as we work on building a logistics and transportation hub here, we must also train our young people to benefit from the opportunities of the new economy. Many of our children drop out at secondary school. We have to be able to give them a second chance. It is not that they don't like school, but they might be more technically oriented. That is why we have to invest in a technical institute, in a tech box center that will give them technical skills as mechanics in the field of veterinary science, agriculture extension, tourism, training, so that they can function in the new areas of the economy. When we build the International Institute of Hospitality, the International Institute of Environmental Studies, the International Institute of Biodiversity Studies, we have to ensure that we come back to these communities and identify young people who will want to study in these areas and grant them full scholarship to pursue their dreams in these areas. This is how we'll be able to create positive change. And the resources from oil and gas must help us to subsidize and create these opportunities. It must help us to invest in infrastructure that will allow us to build these facilities. It must help us to open up new areas of development and economic growth that can create new wealth and opportunity. These are the things that matter, not the personality attacks. No, I am not into that type of politics. I am in the politics of ideas. The idea of us living together, building a Guyana stronger together. Because we can have everything right if we cannot unite, if we cannot build a stronger Guyana in which all of us see a viable future, then we will not be prosperous as we should be. So as we move forward, we are building a Guyana after March the 2nd, where all of us must see ourselves as winners. Even those who don't support us, those who support the APNUAFC, they must have an equal place at the table because we must build a Guyana for all. And this is what the People's Progressive Party Civic is about. Creating an enabling environment in which all our people must see themselves as benefiting from. So yes, in the Amerindian communities, Amerindian leaders today have more responsibility. And if we are going to encourage the young ones to take up leadership, we have to now know that leadership in this community is a full-time task, and we have to give them a full stipend for the tushos and counselors to better function in the communities. This is the support that will improve governance. This is the support that will improve the delivery of service in communities. Not only must we build health centers, but we have to identify and schools, but we have to identify people from right within the villages, right within the communities, that they can meet the human resource requirement in delivering the service. And one of the important things in many of the communities you come from is the way contracts are administered. We must build a system where the first opportunity is given to the communities when government is doing projects in those villages. We must utilize the local skills, the local material, the local machinery first and foremost before we bring any outsider, so the money remains in the villages, the opportunity remains in the villages. These are the changes that will make life easier. These are the changes that will bring back more money in the communities. So my brothers and sisters, we must also ensure that we support agriculture. Agriculture is an important aspect to the economy here in Region 1. But how do we support agriculture? We can't support agriculture by just saying go and plant more. We have to help you to reduce the input costs. We have to open up new lands. We have to give you the infrastructure that will make it easier from the farm to the market. We have to get the market and secure the market with fair prices. We have to connect the output of the agriculture sector in the region with what is required in the school feeding program, what is required in the hospital, what is required in the hostel. So we can create our own demand. And by creating our own demand, we'll be creating our own wealth in the region. We have to have a marketing support program that will help the farmers to get their produce to the market and ensure they get a fair price. This is the support you can expect from your next government, the People's Progressive Party Civic Government. So my brothers and sisters, I know you've been here for a very long time. And I don't want to burden you with the many large national issues. But I wanted to speak specifically on the issues I've outlined, because I believe these are the issues that means a lot to you. And I want to assure you that the People's Progressive Party Civic has a plan that will deliver a better life, a plan that will deliver a prosperous life, and a plan that will create and build new opportunities in our country. So with these few words, I thank you for your support, and I ask you on March 2nd to vote with a clear conscience, to vote based on ideas, based on vision, based on your understanding of who has a better plan for the future of our country. Vote based on what is best for your children, your community, and your country. And if you do that, I'm convinced that you will vote for the People's Progressive Party Civic. So with these words, I thank you for your support. I thank you for coming out today. And on March the 2nd, together, we will build a stronger and better Guyana. We love you and God bless you.